Hello interwebs. If you're cautious, I'm going to show you how to do this. Ta-da! This is how I recently decided to store my chains in a cuter way. I'll show you guys where I had them before, and I'll post ideas of how you could store them. I used to keep them in here before, and I used to have like 2 drawers for my mask chains, but I felt like I'd forget about them. This is my COVID cautious thing that I have right now. My significant other has a chain there. These are like the mask coverings, and then these are kind of like yarn. These are mask chains. This is actually bigger. Like, it's a little bit heavier than I'm wearing right now, but if anything's like a little heavy, you can do it this way. And this has like 2 elastics for the ear. You can put it around your ear, but I like to use the little strap things in the back to hold it separately, so like it's not causing weight on my ear. I have more mask chains and then my pins for this pretty thing. But this is where I used to store them before. There's a lot of cool ways to store chains, okay? And if you're selling them, this is a cute way to display them. This, like, it's giving pirate, it's giving shiny. And I added like my hair accessories and sticks over here. It looks a lot nicer than it did before. These are my lighter chains. I made a lot of them this month to add more to this, but these are all my lighter chains. These are my significant other that I made him. And this is all like my heavier chains. These are pretty lightweight because it's made out of foam, but in general these have a little more weight to them. And the ones that have the extra weight, I'm gonna put those here and make them with like elastic. My significant other's mask, my mask. I have COVID tests on this drawer, and etc. and hand sanitizers. And then I put the empty bottles in here so we know to like refill them and add some here. But this is my COVID cautious entryway that I have, and it's a lot cuter than it was before. I'm going to show you how to do this. Now let's travel back in time a little bit. The big frame, this whole, my car being fooled, all of this was for free on Facebook Market. A Facebook Market find. And that's the frame that we're gonna convert into like a frame to hold the mask chains. Hello everyone. So I got this frame for free. I removed the print that was on it. I'm not sure how I'm doing the front yet. I have a few ideas. But on the back, it doesn't fit on my wall that way. So I removed these. I forget what they're called. These were over here. So what I'm doing right now is putting them on the side so I can have the frame like this. I still have to do the other one on the side somewhere. That's where we're at. So I marked it. Let's hope it's a little even. And I'm gonna use this guy to kind of drill just a little bit to know where the hole's gonna go. That way, like the tiny screws that it has, it actually stays in there. Then I'm gonna put this one and do one screw and then the second screw. Okay, many mental breakdowns later after losing one of the screws that's this tiny and I can't find it. I found the door hinge screws that barely, actually, nope, those are not the screws, but I found some other screws that fit. I don't know if it lines up like that one. I guess we'll see. So I'm not sure if I want to like paint this and then drill screws or something to hang my chains, or if I want to do foam with fabric and then pin my chains. But I feel like some of my chains are kind of heavy, so like the pins might not hold them in place. We'll see. But I also like this idea because I feel like I could move stuff around instead of having everything be in one spot forever. Like if I make screws, or I put screws or something over there. Okay, the foam is kind of cut in place on this side. I'm not sure how I'm putting it there. I was going to staple it, which I think I could do, but I'm not sure how that's going to look. I might take this out, and then when I put the fabric, hope that it like stays in place. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, I have most of the foam. I still need one piece cut out, but I'm going to mark the line on the inside so I know exactly where the foam is supposed to lay when I put it on there. I might use crazy glue. I would use contact cement if I had some, but I'm kind of traumatized with that. We'll see. Okay, new Sharpie because the other one was trash. You can barely see the line here. Okay, I'm for sure winging this. You could see the line here that I did, so I know where the edge is for the foam. Okay, so I kind of marked the foam, so I know how it was. I might try to use Gorilla Glue and put them in to just hold them in place, so I could take the back part out and add fabric. I feel like it's not the best thing. I guess we'll see if it works. But I don't have enough glue sticks for my glue gun. I might do both. We'll see. Okay, I think the Gorilla Glue worked okay. We'll see. There's these 2 pieces. I used the Gorilla Glue, but the spray one, I sprayed it outside, brought it in. Now I'm kind of pressing on it to make sure that it's kind of in place. Now we're going to do these ones. Okay, this is the spray I used, and this is how it looks. I think I'm going to cut like the edges here to round it about, so it's not like sticking out like this. So I'm going to cut that way. So kind of like this. But I need to go get better scissors. Okay, Now this is what it looks like. They're like little ridges from far away. It's not perfect, but I'm hoping that the way I'm gonna put the fabric, that it looks fine and you won't be able to see like all these lines, I hope. And it's just like a dent like this. It's like little teeth in the foam. Also, I got this frame on Facebook Market for free, but you could probably find something for like cheap on there. Hypothetically, unless you already have like, you could even use like a mirror probably, if it has like a normal board behind the mirror. I don't know if that makes sense, but I might try that after I see how this one comes out with like a mirror frame. I still have to do this side, but this is what we got so far. Okay, I had to turn the frame to the side so I could do this side. It's not as nice as the other side, but this is what it looks like so far. Now, I think that this is tape, and I just have to take X-Acto knife this piece out. I guess that's this frame. I really hope it works. I don't know how to get back together. I don't know if I Okay, there are nails holding it down, so I really do have to take out all the tape first and find where the nails are and get rid of the nails to pop them out. Okay, my hands are dusty, but there are not screws, nails on everything. Instead of taking the nails out, I'm gonna try to bend them a little and hope that this pops out. That way I can just hammer them back in that way instead of like fully taking them out. We're gonna see if it works. Okay, also you could do it whatever way you want. If you want to take the screws out, we're gonna see if it comes out this way. Don't do this with your hands. Don't do what I'm doing. It hurts. Okay. So I did have to take out one screw that was over here. Hopefully I don't lose it. But I'm gonna slide this out carefully. Okay, and here it is. I generally thought there was more board than this. So I'm a little scared. I'm also not sure what fabric I'm gonna do or use. Okay, I put this over a stool, so you know, just be safe whatever way you do it. I'm gonna try to use a staple gun, like the heavy duty ones, but I have to choose my fabric first. Okay, so here are some fabrics. I don't think I'm gonna use those. I have this red option one. I'm just confused if I might be able to see like I'm gonna see the holes on this one probably. I have this one that is like fur kind of, so like this one you won't see the holes that it makes. But I also like this fabric kind of. I don't know if it goes with that gold frame, but so I have this, but I also thrifted this black velvet, and this one it feels like upholstery kind of fabric. So black and gold, red and gold. I actually really wanted to do red, but I might do the black one. We'll see. So this might be silly, but to me, I feel like this one you could see. It's hard to see on the camera, and then this one you don't really see the holes that you're making. So, and I'm gonna order like cuter pins to put on this, so I could order like red or gold pins, even though all my chains are gonna be silver, which is also confusing. I kind of like the animal print, but you might not see that, like the chains might not stand out. Okay, so I kind of draped around it, and I'm gonna cut the fabric. Also, I should say that I did thrift this in LA. There's this thrift store that I really like, where I always get fabric, or I get curtains and use them as fabric, but this is just a piece of like upholstery fabric that was probably like $8, and the frame was free. I already had like the foam. Okay, internet, I'm giving away my spot. I love the Savers. They have like, I always get cool shit, okay? But you get foam from, I know they're all canceled, but Walmart, maybe Michael's, or like the Devil's Butthole, which is what I call Hobby Lobby. But I know not everyone has like craft stores around them, which is like a hit or miss on where you get your foam from. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna try to use and hope that it works. I'm gonna start off on the edge here. Okay, first one's in. I think this is gonna work. I'm trying to kind of look through and push to where the line is before I do it. Okay, don't stick your finger under there. I accidentally stapled it to the stool, and these ones are all sticking out. But it should be okay if I could hammer them in like this. Anyways, I need a band-aid. Okay, so if you're as strong as me, you got the staple really in there. It's hard for it to come out. It might not. Oh, it did. Yay! One staple out, or half of one. Oh shit, there it goes. Okay, I did one side. I believe it's in the line. The bottom part is sticking out, but like I said, I'm gonna hammer that in once I finish this top part. If you have pets, make sure they're not in your working area, just so you don't have an accident or they don't like run under the nails or anything crazy like that. So in order for this to stay in place, I put my knee here, and when I pressed down the board, I actually kind of broke it, and I hope it's not too bad. It's kind of bad. I broke the board, so that's lame, but nothing we can't work with, I hope. So that one corner was fine until I decided to try to staple it again, and now I officially broke the corner off. So I'm just gonna leave this corner by itself. It should be fine. Okay, we're done with the stapling. I will leave the corners like by themselves and then just tuck them in the frame. This is the corner that I broke, but the other corners were really hard to like try to staple, so by the last one I just decided to leave it. I'm gonna turn this over I'm gonna turn this over and staple hammer the staples in place and cut the fabric off the edges. So you could see how messed up the corners are, almost broken off, or yeah. All the staples are sticking out. So that's what I'm gonna actually, because I don't want the staples to touch, I'm gonna do this with the pliers, like outward instead of inward. See? So instead of doing it inward with that and hammering it, I'm just do this outward. I'm gonna wait and do like a tiny hammer at the end, like hit it with the hammer very slowly after I do all of them. So I'm gonna bend them all outward. Because the board, I feel like it's a little more delicate than I thought. I'm just not gonna hammer it, but once I put my phone down, I could actually bend this pretty well in with the pliers. And then this piece I messed up. You could see. Not good. Okay, mostly everything except this one that I'm gonna take out is in. Everything is bent in or outward. I was able to keep this in place with the staples when I bent them, actually. Now I'm gonna cut the edge. I think I'm gonna cut it to here all around, and we'll see how that works. Okay, the fabric's all cut out. Now to slide it back in here, which is gonna be a little hard. So some of the screws are not staying on, like this one. Y'all see? I didn't put them the best way, but I put one here and here the best way I could do it. So that should be okay. I just might do like one on each middle part of these. This, before you're officially like nailing it down, I would use this to poke the fabric out, like the corners. This mostly looks okay. But earlier the fabric was like weird here, so I just did this. Kind of get the fabric out and see. Also, so you don't hammer your finger that you already stabbed. It's gonna be hard for me to show, but like I've been using these pliers, so I hold the nail in place and then I hammer it in, so I don't hammer my fingers anymore. Okay, so this was really freaking hard to do. I cannot get this little corner fully all the way in, no matter how much I hammer it. So I added this here and hope that it's mostly all in there, except this little corner kind of, but it should be fine. I just gotta nail these in better and I should be done with the back. Okay, it looks okay so far. I'm gonna take out some of these staples that are popping out and hope that it's fine. But everything else, it's pretty in place, I think. Just this corner's gonna drive me crazy, so I'm gonna take these staples out. That's a little better. I don't know if this one's gonna bother me or if it's gonna be fine. Know that you might waste a lot of staples trying to do this. Maybe have... Okay, don't do what I do, but I'm gonna kind of wing it with these screws. Hopefully it works. Corner behind my door, I had like a big mirror and I don't like it there. I also like this light. I love this light, but this corner is normally really dark. Normally, let me turn my other lights off. Normally my phone is a lot brighter than what it actually looks like. So this is the corner. There's already like a bunch of paint scraped off and stuff, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to repaint this at some point. I had like a full body mirror here, which is probably the only actual new mirror that I didn't buy used. And I saw a shadow run into it at some point, and now that mirror freaks me out, as well as the other mirror that's on this side that I'm gonna move around. So I moved the mirror out because this corner's too dark to even look at the mirror. So I'm gonna try to put the frame here. My theory is to have another frame up here and like a mirror in the middle maybe, but I can also just put like a mirror behind the door, which would be better, like a little one. Move this, which I tend to have here by the door, just in case. But this is the wall. And I also have this mirror that I don't like here because I saw something creepy once in the reflection standing behind me. So this mirror has got to go. I also have a bunch of mirrors on that wall. I've never been a mirror person, but yeah. Those might be okay there. Those are like the only mirrors I think that I kind of have. And then there's a mirror in that thing. Anyways, I kind of want to get rid of this mirror and make it into like one of those. I gotta see what it looks like on the back, and then this could go like on the top across this frame. But we're gonna try to put this frame up ourselves right now and try to not mess it up. Okay, that's a lot better than having a big mirror. It's mostly even-ish. I think that's pretty good. So I definitely winged all this. I have to order pins and then we'll see how the chains stay on. I think I might put like a little shelf down here so I could put like our little portable purifiers. We'll see. Okay, I removed what was up there. Like, I feel that I want to put something cuter here so it looks better. We'll see. Okay, this is what I have so far. I'm gonna put my purifiers right here. I hope they fit. I don't know if I like it. Also, this is like the big mirror I had behind my door in the entryway. This is a full body mirror I had at the entryway. I saw something run into it. It's kind of tall and it's kind of heavy and bulky, but now it just sits here until I figure out how to store it in my garage. but this was behind the door. It almost kind of fell on me twice. And it's kind of too heavy for it to do that, even though it was not adjusted to the wall or screwed in or anything. Anyways, just wanted to show you guys. This is a full body mirror. I have the entryway that I saw something. This is a full body mirror. I have the entryway. This is a full body mirror. I have the entryway. This is a full body mirror. I have the entryway. This is a full body mirror. I have the entryway. Alright, I think I'm gonna try to do that with the way I did with the other frame with this one as well. But this is mirror, so I'm gonna hope that the mirror is not attached to the split panel and that it's a separate piece. I also need to put this sideways, so I'm gonna have to take this out and hope that I can put it over here. Okay, so mine is actually, it has a bunch of staples. So this doesn't fully fit in there, but it does let me do one. So on the other side, I'm gonna do with the pliers. Okay, staples are off. This feels like it's kind of glued in there. So, I'm gonna be patient because I don't want to rip this, but this is helping. And you can see there's like a piece of foam in between this piece. I kind of messed up. I'm gonna do this all around, just slowly like push it out, push it out. All right, it's out. I think because this is so thin, like more than the other one, I might end up gluing, if I have enough foam, I hope, glue the foam with Gorilla Glue and then cut the fabric but not staple it and just fit it into place and then staple this board onto this the way it was before with Gorilla Glue and then with Gorilla Glue and then with Gorilla Glue and then oh, one of my creepy mirrors. That's kind of disgusting. I think I'm gonna trash this. Okay, so I tried to clean this frame on the inside. I took a piece out that got stuck that I couldn't get out. We're going to do the same thing like the other frame, and we're going to line this up, and then I'm going to Sharpie it so I know where the line is to put the foam. I outlined everything with the Sharpie, like the other one. I didn't have exactly enough, so I ended up using like scrapes. I have this little bag of like tiny, not scrapes, scraps of foam. I'm going to have to really stuff a little extra foam in there after I try to glue this. This is the only thing I have, so I'm working with what I have. I also have, there's also another option, like, because this is like foam, but I also have that kind of like foam thing that's from something I got shipped and I like saved it because I didn't want to throw it out. You could also use that probably. It will feel a little different, but like if you have this instead of foam and it's the only thing you have, it's like you could try it. I do like the foam more, but actually that would have worked a lot better if I make like a smaller frame for the really heavy, not really heavy, but like the really crazy chains that I have. This would actually probably hold a lot better. Anyways, now I'm taking this outside. I'm gonna try to spray it and place it in place. I might do a few staples, like 3 on each of these sides, so maybe like 2 on this side and then 2 on that side, if this foam allows me to, so we'll see. Okay, it's all glued up. Now I'm gonna do the same thing like the other frame and cut like this all around the edges. Okay, all the edges are cut. This corner is a little scary, but now I'm gonna drape the fabric over. Alright, I still have some fabric left from yesterday from my thrifted fabric. I'm gonna try to staple it and hope it works out. This was actually a lot easier than the other frame from yesterday. Staples are all in. I'm going to turn this over and push the staples outward. So I'm gonna do this with my pliers and push the staples outward like that. I'm gonna do that all around and then I'm gonna trim the fabric. Okay, now I think I'm gonna cut the fabric like up to here maybe. So like a little bit inside this board. Specifically because the frame kind of sits, it's a little different than other frames. It kind of like pops over this, but we'll see. Okay. Now I gotta push this in place and I might have to staple it together in the back. Alright, I put a shit ton of staples all around and I feel like it could be a little more down, but it was really hard to keep it in place by myself. So if you have someone to help you like hold this in place while you staple it, that would be perfect, because this corner I'm a little worried about. But if I put the string on this side, you won't be able to see it because then this will be at the bottom. I would also like put duct tape. If anyone does this and you have duct tape, like I would put duct tape over the staples just so like you don't hurt yourself. Nice. Yep. I just have to put this in the back. And this was like this in the back because it was standing, but I want it the other way. So I'm gonna put it like this in the back and screw it in the back. Okay, I'm ready to put this up. I do kind of wish I put tape, but you're not going to see it. But just for my safety, if I ever take this out, which hopefully it won't be for a long time. I know this looks wrong. It's supposed to be the other way, but I feel like this is what works for me best. They were here before because they had the loop like this, but because I'm doing it the other way, I think this is like the lowest from here that I could drill. Okay, now it's ready. I had this one facing the other way, but I realized because it's across, this will look better, I hope. And I hope you won't be able to see any of this. But let's go put it up. Let's go put it up on the wall. Alright, that's the second frame. It looks good. I have a little space to put some art here, or like flowers draping down will look kind of cool. I'm waiting for my pins to arrive, and then I'm waiting for my pins to arrive before I put my chains I don't think I have enough chains to fill this whole thing up, which is a good thing because I have a lot of cool ideas to make cute chains. I added this to this corner, this clock that I thrifted at the Goodwill. And I got a bunch of like little hair sticks because my hair is finally longer. So it's like my little hair stuff for when I'm on the go. A little watch, my little poodle, Palo Santo, and my COVID drawers. And now I have a cute little corner, a lot better than what it looked like before. Alright, so this is the final result so far. I really think this looks a lot cuter, and it feels a lot less spooky than having a giant creepy mirror behind on this wall. And I like that I get to look at all my jewelry. It's weird because I don't always like to display things like this, but like again, this corner, I wanted it to give like this is my treasure and I'm a pirate. So it's doing the job, and I could actually see my chains better, and also it kind of helps them from being tangled because they're kind of like crazy chains. And I actually ended up making a lot of these chains like that same week that I did this, which was pretty cool. And I'm still making like more chains. I don't think I go out enough to wear all of them, but we'll see. Also, someone that does actually like jumping spiders and some form of spiders, if you see my little box on the floor, ignore it. I am not a fan of black widows, and they like to crawl under the door sometimes. I don't know, creepy crawlies. But they're normally just spiders, and it freaks me out when they come inside. Aside from lizards, which has not happened in years, I believe, but we've had like a lizard inside the house at least 2 or 3 times in like the long time we lived here. Anyways, here's the final result. Dun, 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 dun. Super cool. I hope this was a kind of helpful tutorial. I don't know. Bye. Thanks for watching. Share with your COVID cautious friends. Woo. Y'all, I'm sorry. I almost forgot to share examples of what kind of like things you could hold your mask chain with. These are all just examples. I did end up getting some like curtain hooks for like 1 or 2 of my chains that are heavier, and I ended up getting some like shiny rhinestone ones that are like this picture, but the other ones are examples. Also, if you want to go with a like specific color, there's like red, like you could choose like different pin colors online.